As the Armagh keeper, Brian McAlinden, kicks out the ball, the referee blowing for half-time.
Leatha a gluiche canis ola 98 héan. Líonann páirc chlúin óis le daoine ag iompar bratacha dua, mar hacaíocht chomh siú de tar Stailceanna Ocrais a lorg stádas pholaitiúil sna héitfhlachanna.
In the last hour, the news has filtered through to this community that Bobby Sands has died after 66 days of hunger strike.
Bhí denúr chun bása áil. Na measc Kevin Lynch, captain bhuaigh Cumann Mhille a 97 a gluiche canis faoi séideag na hÉireann. Bhí Cumann luachlas gael a tuairt aig ceann réimhse dheacair.
Dearan haar inrod eile nóir de bhí mise ag feimú ag barcan crocaig go raibh sé sin an dheacair fad don Cumann. Agus a bhí an difriocht idir an meas a bhí ag na daoine ag an am agus conas mar a cepadar a bachóir don Cumann a bheith á tróú féin ag an am. So de chuir sé sin ag an am dearan gur sinné an rud is mó is cuinnlam a hála agus go raibh
Looking back, and with the benefit of hindsight, I think that there could have been a split, and I think that it's not inconceivable that the GAA could have proceeded along different lines in those 6 counties as opposed to remaining part of the national unit. One of the central tenets of the GAA is that it's non-political, and that is something that the people who have controlled the GAA for over a century have clung to, but that non-political element was always going to create tension when it came to how the GAA was going to play within the Troubles in the North. The first time that reached crisis point, I think, was at the hunger strikes.
The time of the hunger strike, it was a very defining time, I suppose, for the GAA, where they had to steer a course between being seen to, waver in any one direction or other. They had to work hard at remaining firmly fixed on the sporting outlook of what the GAA was about, and it would have been easy to be, diverted in other directions and become somewhat more political than some would perceive the GAA to be.
Faoi hána golóir cluban amach le fógraís na neart agus bhí Bhí Caoimhín dúirt sé chuir siad fógraís na neart ag tuairt takeíocht donna na fear Stailceanna Ocrais ag grú siad a géirí na héalamh céarna a bheith tugtha. Agus in áit na gá crochí sé is Scailt couple of club mar hampla agus chuir sé golóir teannas Cumlaigh lá scéal.
Húling an Cumann a staidm pholaitiúil de dheasca na Stailceanna Ocrais. Díreach mar a hála a 92 leis an cóg carga. Hachan roint clubanna an díospóireacht, ghlach a héiledíomh tréimhse agus bhí dailt ag clubanna eile.
Anecdotally, I know about National League matches in Lurgan and certainly a championship match in Antrim where there was a protest at half-time, a very vivid protest where a number of people came onto the pitch at half-time dressed in blankets to replicate what was happening in the H blocks. And there was definitely a tension between the people who thought this is the proper thing to do and those members of the GAA who did not agree with the politics of the hunger strikes, did not agree with the politics of republicanism. And probably the way it resolved itself was that those who were opposed said nothing. And the most vocal people were those who were putting the death notices in, were making the protests and were demanding action from the south.
Lá éigean mbliana na 8 héan, stóg néad sa 8 héan, rim cluthe I Barcaí Cuimh. Díon na húdaráis á túla oring a mó sa húrt de bhirt dar nána tugad géana ógra dóing rim ré ach go toban díradar oring gán óid Tunis a bheith gin mar amós don bhirt héidsplachas a caiiligan an lá sin nó lá ribhe sin. Agus bhí féin ar buile só dana sem hí fáil sa bhí an slua ina seasamh. Mar an rud bán sa lomsa ná an Cumann Ó Loinsigh a bhí ann ar fáil de gach éon dróm an éireann. Náisiúnathe, éontóirí, Caitliceigh, Protestúntaigh. Bhfuil na cluichí có húntaach son agus có táchtach son ná cóir an Cumann riamh a bheith partisan, a bheith páirteach le éon dróm mar sin, go mór le dróm an láimhláidir. Sin an puinte bhí gomsa.
Dardaí an brú a bhí ar an Cumann, dardaí sé go hintach ar fád, agus bhí sé anna dheacair ag an am sin. Hannig mé sé isteach an bhíonn sin mar cístor cóireála agus ba é sin ceandanna bliana is deacair is cuimhin lom I gcuirsaí Cumann Ó Loinsigh go háiríos na Sé Chondae. Ach bhí buint ag thar an tír ar fád agus bhí tionchar ar na rudaí sin thar an tír ar fád ach bhí sé bhád níos géire I gcuigála agus ins na Sé Chondae ach go háirithe. Agus barlam gana leithide eiceil a rís agus asúlagam nach bheicí den nerví eile a leithide a rís.
It certainly was very important for all club members at that time to recognise that they could hold their own personal opinions and views and political aspirations, but that the GAA was about something bigger than that it had transcended all generations from the 1880s and needed to continue to do that, where everyone could feel comfortable as a member of the GAA, regardless of what other opinions they had, be they political or otherwise.